So I'm at the hospital right now because I decided to say one more. This is my last day here in Orlando, Claremont, before we head back to Jacksonville. And she and I actually have a shoot this Wednesday, so she'll be coming back to Jacksonville on Tuesday, and then heading off to I forget where the shoot is on Wednesday. Oh, New Smyrna Beach. That's right. Okay guys, so I just had lunch with Ashley, stopped by the hospital, and I'm gonna go ahead and, so today's title video is about what is in my camera bag, so yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Alright guys, so like any good photographer and videographer has done a video like this, and I've posted almost like 500 videos and I've never done this, so I thought might as well let this be the video that does this. So I'm going to be talking today about what I carry in my camera bag. Now guys, this isn't all my camera gear, and this isn't what I always take to every shoot. Every shoot is specifically different. For instance, this is definitely not what I'd take to if I was filming a short film. However, this is kind of the package that I'll carry around with me the most, and something that I take with on pretty much all my trips with Ashley. Now, as you can see, if you guys remember, I picked up last trip Ashley and I went on, I picked up another camera bag, and it was another Low Pro. I'm a huge Low Pro fan, guys, but the only reason I picked that bag up was because it had the laptop sleeve, and it's only allowed one carry-on. So, this bag right here, I absolutely love this bag. I think it's one of the best bags Low Pro has created. I've looked at like every single one of theirs, and they're all so big, and this one's small. It's called the Slingshot, guys. I even think they make a smaller version of this, but it's like $80 and it's worth every penny to me, because I mean I take this with me pretty much anywhere I go. It's always with me. It's always in my car. It's so easy. I love that it's like, you know, it's just one simple strap. You throw it over your shoulder, and it's so simple, and there's so much room in it for everything I need. So something I take with me a lot is a monopod. Now a lot of you guys know that I'm a videographer, so obviously a tripod would be good, but tripods are kind of big. So I do take a tripod with me every now and then, but a monopod is so much better for me because, one, I love to be able to have these really long poles so I can extend it up above my head and get these really long shots. The monopod that I use is the Mi Photo monopod. I got this one because it's really thick, it's really durable. I haven't had any real problem with it bending. It's bent a few times, but that's with quite a heavy camera on it, and it's really sturdy. It works really well. It comes with a little knob on the top, which I'd never put on just because I found that just when I take it off, it gets in the way, and because they cater it towards they market it towards like a walking stick. I'm gonna cover the bag in a minute. Let's break out what's in the bag first. All right. So in the heart of my bag, I keep my A6500 with me at all times. And a lot of times when I'm packing it, I'll just go ahead and throw in this little pancake 16mm. Come on, focus for me, G7 here, focus. It's a little pancake lens. It's nice and wide, gets the job done. It works well in this APS-C. Cropped sensor, unfortunately, A6500. Can't wait for the A6700 to be coming out. I know this is a very old camera, guys. One of the things I absolutely love about it is the slow motion capability. It shoots 120 frames a second, and just not a lot of cameras do that these days. I mean, a lot of them do. They're starting to come out to where they do. That's why I'm starting to look at some more full frames, but I'm a Sony fanboy. For you camera people out there, I'm a Sony fanboy. I'm always going to be. I threw on this little small rig because 6500s are kind of light and they're really small. I didn't want to get a battery grip because that makes it too big. And this to me just complemented the size of it, and it's easy to grab. I use these two grips a lot. With the 5-axis IBIS and the sensor, it's easy to get, especially in 120 frames, nice, slow, smooth shots with it, just handheld. So that's the camera I use. It's my go-to. Now a lot of times, you guys might remember this. This is my old vlogging camera. This is just a little Sony A5100. One of the things I love about this is it takes the exact same lenses as my A6500, but it's incredibly small, guys, and it has a front-facing camera, but it's just the B camera I have. It shoots 1080 at 60, you know, I mean, it's 24 megapixels. I can get some great stills with it in a pinch if I need to. I've gotten beautiful stills with it before. And it's so small, it's just like, why not have a B camera with you? I don't take this on all the trips with me in case I need a lot of space or some extra lenses, but I do try to carry it with me as much as possible. One of my favorite lenses is just this simple 50 f1.8. It works very well. I keep on some ND filters on it for when I'm shooting outside. I know I have a Lumix cover on it because that's just how I roll, but it's a 50-1.8. It works very well in low light, and a 50mm is just like my favorite size lens, guys. Tons of batteries, a little pouch I keep in here. I keep, you know, just all my Sony batteries in here, well charged, ready to go. This next thing I think is totally worth getting, and it's so durable, guys, is this little Manfrotto. I had no idea Manfrotto made lights, but Manfrotto makes this little tiny light. It's like 6 LEDs. It's incredibly bright, 3 brightnesses, and it comes with these little gels as well. And it's just got a little simple hot shoe mount, guys, and I throw it on here all the time. This is such a great setup. You have like we have like frosted gels, we have orange gels, you know, clear gels just to soften it up a little bit. And it was like 80 bucks, 60, 80 bucks, I can't remember. They make a brighter 8 LED one, but it's like 110, so I don't know if that's quite worth it. But I will be honest, guys, I think it is worth it. I might end up buying one of the 8 ones just because this thing is so durable. I thought it was going to be kind of cheap, but I was letting a friend use it, and they actually dropped it, and part of it came off anyway. It just snapped back on. The thing's like really durable. I've never had any problems with it. It will overheat after a while, but the battery life on it's insane. I've never had it die on me, so it's definitely worth picking up if you're a filmmaker, I think. Alright, last but not least is my G series 18-105 f4. This is a workhorse of a lens, guys. I take this, this will not go on a shoot without me, basically. I do not go on a shoot basically without this lens. The range that it has is an 18-105. The only time I put it in my bag is when night comes, because an f4 is definitely not fast enough to be using in low light for the most part. But the image quality, the clarity of it, it gets some decent bokeh at 105. It's just a workhorse of a lens. It's super wide and it works great on my 6500. I use it a lot. I've even used it for vlogging a bit because the 18mm is just perfect, and then I'll use it for sometimes even portraits because it's a 105. It's not very fast, I know, not like a 2.8. It's still an incredible lens. Alright, moving on. So in the front part of this, I typically don't take audio gear with me, but every now and then when I'm just shooting an event and I have to mic someone up, I will. So this is my Countryman B3 lavalier mic. As you can see, I have all kinds of accessories in here from different windscreens and clips and stuff in here. It's really beat up, but I use it. It's a great lavalier mic. It works very well. They run you about 180 bucks, but I've had this one now for probably like 3 years, and it was used when I bought it, and it works great, guys. I keep these little 2-pack. It's a 8 AA rechargeable batteries, because rechargeable batteries, and why not? A Rode NT-G2 runs on 1 rechargeable AA battery. Excellent studio mic. If I need to pick up some Foley or whatever, if I need to mount it to my 6500, I can. I have the mount in here somewhere. SD card pouch, waterproof, ruggedized. Always want to keep those SD cards nice and safe, guys. And now moving to the last pouch, the top part right in here. Okay, so this is the mount for my Rode NT-G2 that can go right on my 6500 if need be. And a lot of times I'll use the mic just off this because it's smaller. It's not as good, but it does get the job done in a pinch. This is a little external mic. It's a Zoom H1. Super effective. I've typically never used like these actual microphones here at the top unless I have a sleeve to put over the top of it, just because they don't work well at all. But I can plug my lavalier mic in there and get some great sound, and it's all runs on a micro SD card, so I can get a few hours of audio on there if need be. This is another light, and I typically don't take this with me, but it's a little bit brighter than my Manfrotto and packs a little bit more of a punch. I only had this in my bag because I was working an event yesterday. I was working the Quinceañera. I wasn't sure how dark it was going to be in there, so I thought I'd bring it with me. Alright, in this little case I have my Sennheiser G3s. My Sennheisers are, they can clip to basically anything. My receiver over here, I can mount on my 6500, run an auxiliary cable straight into the camera. So that's super nice. And then I can throw my lavalier on this and it's all wireless and I'll have sound going direct into the camera. I hate syncing sound, guys, and so that's why I won't use this external one as much, because that means I have to sync audio and post, and I don't like doing that. I hate doing that, guys. And then last but not least is a little mount I've got for my gimbal, which is typically in a case. It's in its own hard shell case, and I don't take that with me all the time, but I occasionally. This is an XLR to 3.5 input for my Rode, and this is just an auxiliary cable to plug my G3 into my 6500, which works fine. Now, as a full disclosure, typically I am missing a few things that I typically have in my bag, and one of them, it's nothing big, but mainly I have some tools in there. I always try to keep a flathead screwdriver with me, and as of lately I found I got one of those foldable, I'll put a picture up of it, but one of those foldable needle nose pliers that has all kinds of tools on it and everything. It works well because I always screw these grips on real tight, but when I throw it on my gimbal it gets too heavy, so I have to unscrew these, and then I'm screwing different mounts onto my camera and stuff, so it's always good to have a nice multi-tool in your bag, and they're super cheap, guys. You can pick those things up anywhere. They're like $10. Okay, so let's talk about my favorite camera bag right now. Alright, so this is my favorite camera bag, and like I said, this is called the Lowepro Slingshot, and it's just an amazing bag. It's a 250 AW Slingshot Edge, if you want to get technical about it, guys. I absolutely love Lowepro. They're, to me, the smartest bags, and there's one thing to have a good bag that has lots of room in it, but there's another thing to have a smart bag. Smart bags just know how to utilize as much room and put it in the smallest type of container possible. This has so many functions about it, I absolutely love it. So first and notable, let's start with just the outside here. We have these little straps up here in the front, and as you guys probably noticed, that's where I throw my monopod a lot of the times. They're big enough to where I can also throw on a tripod. Now, flipping it over here to the side, you guys can also see I don't have it on right now, but I can run another strap through here and then run a tripod into this sleeve and then clip one on the side. And a lot of times I'll throw my gimbal on the side and have my monopod on the front. And like you guys may have noticed, I had my Moses staff yesterday, and that's how I create that. So monopod, gimbal. In the front, you have this nice little small pocket, but it goes super deep, guys. It goes all the way down to the bottom, all the way down to the bottom. So I throw SD cards, batteries, my Rode TG fits down there. It's perfect. Moving over to the top. So this is the main heart of the bag right in here. As you can see, it's not that deep. That was the one downside about it. It's not that deep, but it's easy enough to throw in like a Mavic Air if you wanted to. I plan on picking up one of those, and it's gonna fit perfectly in there. The case is like made for it. Lowepro is very good about making the specs of the tech to the specs of their bag. There's also a little sleeve right in here to throw, and it goes a little bit deeper. As you can see, it kind of comes down to about right here. I can throw in a tablet, and if you even got one of those mini laptop books, like about 11-inch one, you could throw that in there as well. And Lenovo makes some great ThinkPads that you can just throw straight in there and they'd fit perfectly. You have one other little pocket right in here. So you've got basically 3 pockets within this one big one. Coming over to now the camera part. It opens from the back, which is great. And as you can see right in here, you have all kinds of room, guys. I always throw my camera in here, which I know is probably not the smartest idea, but having it that close to the edge, but I mean, this is padded really well, and I've never had any problems with it, guys, and I've gone on so many trips with this. G-lens I typically put right here in the middle, other cameras, lenses, and then you have this whole side as well. So that's the Lowepro Slingshot. Absolutely love all the gear I've got, guys, but I am a gear junkie. And so I'm constantly looking for new gear that makes my travel, my experience, my workflow always more and more effective and easy to complete. Now I gotta pack all this stuff up. That's where I'm gonna go ahead and end the vlog today, guys, just because this was super long, and I've been wanting to create a video like this for a while, and I'll probably recreate another one just because more gear is gonna be coming into my path because I'm just getting more and more video work, and so I wanna keep this going. I wanna keep my gear building. I wanna get more lenses and stuff, so I'm just going to be getting more and more of it. So later on, a few months down the road, I'll probably do another one of these videos. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe below if you are interested in vlogging and filmmaking and photography. I'm constantly posting, guys. In fact, I post every single day. So this is all for today. I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning.